Hey, what's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking the 29th ever Creston Classic Rodeo. We've got Tom Bordonaro and we've got Jeff Rigby over here with the rodeo. Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it.
No, appreciate it. Your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
4 weeks away.
4
Literally, I should say 3 weeks and 6 days because it technically starts on Thursday. So
Oh, we're counting.
you're definitely
We're
counting.
counting down. We're getting close, and we're excited about it. It's going to be another great year. We have a lot of great things planned. If you haven't been to the rodeo, you need to come out. It's a good family fun day of clean Americana.
And you guys really run it right. I mean, it's such a great. There's really no like dull moments. You know, sometimes and we've all been to rodeos that it's like, man, these guys are so much time in between things. It just keeps the attention, right, Jeff?
We try to keep it rolling. We have a lot of events to get through, and when you get that dead time in the arena, we lose their attention.
And so, what are some of the stuff? So, Tom, let me ask you a question. How did you get involved with the rodeo? Tell me that story.
So, I don't think we have.
We don't got that much time.
I mean, rodeo is something. The Creston Rodeo is something that's embedded in our community now. And there was opportunity to get involved. I got involved, and now I'm up to my neck in it, and I enjoy it a lot. And seeing it move forward and grow and help the community of Creston is something that really excites me and my wife. And we just love being a part of it, and we're thankful that that we've had the opportunity to get involved.
And Tom, you're the president. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so, what was your past life? What did you do before Creston Rodeo?
Oh, geez. Jack of all trades. I don't know, master of none. I've been in an elected position since 1994. I also have a ranch in Creston. I've been involved in being self-employed in construction business. Went to Cal Poly. Went to UC Davis, studying agriculture. So agriculture has always been kind of in my heart, and the rodeo fits. I haven't rode in a rodeo since the 70s before I was put into the wheelchair, but it's always been ingrained upon me, and the Western lifestyle has always been a part of who I am.
You know what, Jeff, that brings up a great example of what the Creston Classic Rodeo is. It's the Western lifestyle. It's the Western way of life. Because it's not like you don't have the big bulls, you don't have the rough stock stuff. It's a country rodeo. So tell me a little bit about it.
Well, our events, they're all based off of what cowboys actually did, what cattlemen and cowboys and, women did to manage and take care of their animals.
And so you got, just to recap. So the rodeo starts September 11th on Thursday. Well, no, I'm sorry. You guys start, but it's jackpots and slack and stuff like that. So, but the actual rodeo performances are Saturday at 4:30 and Sunday at 12:30. So those are the actual ones that when somebody comes to a rodeo, that's what they're going to want to go to. But then you guys have the 4D jackpot barrel race on Thursday, and then you have the jackpot team roping on Friday night, which sometimes turns into like an all-nighter.
It used to be horrible. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, horrible.
Right?
Yeah, and then we're back out at 6 getting ready for slack on Saturday.
So this is a big undertaking. So you got Saturday slack at 8 a.m. You got mutton busting 2 days this year, right? So you got mutton busting Saturday and Sunday. And then Sunday morning you got Cowboy Church by Creston Church.
Yeah, Creston Community Church. They've
awesome.
done it since the beginning of the rodeo.
And so how long have you been with the rodeo, Jeff?
I think I got involved around 1998 or 99.
And what was the draw
98. They tricked me.
Yeah, they tricked you.
Yeah, they said, that was back when we did rough stock. They said, if you open and close these gates and let these bulls out and these horses out, we'll give you beer and sandwiches.
Sold.
Yeah, it's like, I get to do that and beer?
Wow.
Yeah.
When did that change? When did they stop doing rough stock?
It just got expensive.
Yeah,
and
right.
Yeah, and then we decided, let's change it to a more traditional ranch rodeo.
So since 1998, Gosh, I don't think I have the statistic. Tom, do you know when the rodeo started?
1996.
96.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is our 29th. This will be our 29th.
There we
year.
go.
It'd be our 30th year
it's in
if
the
it
name.
wasn't if
Right.
it wasn't for COVID. This would be our 30th year, 30th ever.
That's funny because that makes sense. So I remember talking about the COVID year, and you guys kind of out in Creston. If nobody's been to Creston, I mean, Creston is one of those gyms in the North County that people go, where is Creston at, right? Or it takes so long to get to Creston. I'm sure you guys hear this all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, and
That's
it really
they
doesn't.
haven't been there.
That's right.
And it's such a beautiful drive. You can go out there. You've got, you've got the Long Branch out there, right? Which last night I just found out that they source their beef from their own cattle, right, Jeff?
We raise our own hay and we raise our own cattle, and our beef gets finished there at Jail Flat Ranch and winds up at the Long Branch.
That's awesome. And Tom, why did you? What was your draw? What was your draw coming in and being a part of it? I know there are some things and to help, but I mean, what was your draw to say, yeah, let me be a part of it?
So I've been a resident of Creston since the 70s, and I love the community. And like you said, we only have about I think 500 or so people in the actual 3 blocks. I think it's 3 streets by 3 streets. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not very big, but I've been very involved with the Creston 4-H and with other groups that are there. And Creston has this tradition of taking care of itself. We built our own swimming pool out there that we raise money for and keep it free for the kids. Like I said, with 4-H, with the women's club, with the men's club, the garden club, Friends of the Library. I mean, there's a whole long list of activities that people become part of in Creston. If you haven't been out there, you definitely need to check it out. And it's just kind of a part of who I am. And when the rodeo, when there was an opening, an opportunity for to get in there, I jumped on it. I mean, my goal is to help grow the rodeo. All of our profits, it is a 501c3. So it is a nonprofit organization. Contributions are tax deductible. And what we do is we turn around and we donate back to the community. We've helped in a big way of converting the fire station into a community center. And we also help with the pool. It's just last year recently. It's become kind of traditional for us because we maintain that pool. And I say we, the community of Creston, maintains the pool, keeps it free to the kids for the summertime. And so we take the profits from the rodeo, put them back into our community. And, Crestonians pride themselves on taking care of themselves. It's a world apart from many of the rest of the areas in the county and in the state and the nation. I mean, it's small town America out there, and people ought to check it out.
That was my biggest draw to Creston and the community, and it was that attitude. We can do it. We can do it ourselves. When they decided that they wanted to do a community center, we need a community center, and they did that in Noel and Nancy Ryan's living room. And I heard about that. It's just like, yeah, I want to be a part of that. I like that attitude. We don't need government. And
that's, I mean, now as years have went on, we know that the government hand is, it could be good, but it could also not be
absolutely
great.
Yes.
And with Creston, where Creston's at, it's again, it's that little side shed of the North County that I go out there when I go, and it's like, oh man, there's a lot of people out here. It's like people are finding it, right? Because it is that North County gym with the countryway. You got the arena, you got 3 restaurants, you got a pool, you've got cattle, it's just such a great landscape that people draw and find their way out.
And county government has been helpful. I don't want to take away from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No. But the people, like you said,
Yes.
like Tom said, the people.
It's that attitude. Yes.
Get it done.
Yes.
Like the old fires in the days. You got that bucket, tossed for the putting out the fires. So, and that's what the community of Creston's all about. So, Jeff, what drew you to like Creston. So I know you came up from Southern California, right?
Yes.
How did you find? How does anybody find Creston?
Yeah.
I joined the Army, and I called home, and I was told the drugstore in Covina burnt down. We're selling the ranch, and we're buying a ranch in Paso Robles. And I went, boy, I'm sure glad I called home. I'd have gone home for Christmas, and there'd been nobody there.
Mom, Dad, I'm home. Nobody's there.
Nobody's
So
there.
I wound up,
Who the hell are you?
following my parents up here. They lived on the outskirts of Paso Robles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But then, so obviously, cowboyed up here, on some ranches and found Creston and found a community and found, this amazing organization.
I didn't grow up cowboying.
No?
No, we had a horse. Grandfather had a horse ranch, and he raised thoroughbreds, and I was just a little boy who watched too many episodes of Gunsmoke, Bonanza, and Big Valley.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And so when did you start cowboying? When did you get involved with all this?
Well, it was the rodeo, and then when I was about 38, I got remarried. And I told the good wife, said, hey,
The good wife.
this is my dream and this is what I want to do. And she's got on board and she's been supportive. And so somebody gave me a heifer, and then I started buying some bred cows and heifers and started building a herd.
That's awesome. Well, like I said, you guys have done an amazing job with the Creston Classic Rodeo. It's such a great event. There's so many people. Everybody has fun. And it's just a constant, like I said before, there's no downtime. Whoever, puts all that together is phenomenal in doing it.
That's our rodeo secretary, Desiree Harrison.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
She
And
does
our
great at
announcer,
it.
Steve Smart, keeping that energy going. Yes.
Well,
It's a team effort.
Yeah,
A
arena
major
boss.
team effort.
Yes, it's.
And that's kind of what I was going to get to, Tom, is how many people do you guys have that puts this together? We always talk about, the people at the hands in order to make anything happen. What does your crew look like?
Oh, geez. So, we have a board of 11. Actually, we have 10 seats right now. We're down to 9. But anyway, we have a board. And then we have people that just belong to the rodeo, and they volunteer every year. And then we have all kinds of volunteers that get involved. I mean, everybody. We have like the same people that have worked the front gate literally for 29 years that are members of Creston. So there's I don't know what the number is, but there's got to be 100 people that are involved in getting this thing done, getting it going on, whether they're working in the rodeo, helping with parking, or they're working with the rodeo, helping set up or take down or with security. There's a whole slew of Creston folks that they help to put this thing on and put it together. And it's, if people out there want details, we have a website that's got all the times and the details. And if they're interested in sponsorships, they can go to the Creston Classic Rodeo.
So you're still accepting sponsors and
still accepting sponsors.
vendors.
And entrance. One thing I learned about, rodeo contestants is they wait till the last minute to sign up. So, I encourage everyone out there that is thinking of entering to do that early. But yeah, we accept sponsors all the way up to September 6th.
Okay.
So
Last year on our contestants, we were getting really worried. And then the last night, they flooded the gate.
Well, Jeff, do you think that's because there's so many events going on that, you don't want to commit to something too soon? You know what I mean?
Well, I think guys are busy, and then they're trying to put their teams and get their partners and saying who can do what and who's going to partner up with what, and then they work out those details and so, okay, let's do it, and they pull the trigger.
Well, it's funny, the Creston Classic Rodeo is known as a country rodeo. Like you said earlier, what cowboys and women did, on the ranch. How does hide race come into that? What do you do on the ranch for that? Is that the boys behind the back barn?
That's guys that want to have, they don't have much sense, but they want to have a lot of fun.
Well, I think that one's a great one. And like I said, mutton busting, you guys have expanded it from just Saturday now to Sunday as well.
Very popular. I mean, mutton busting is extremely popular. A lot of people will come to the rodeo just for that.
We're going to run 25 kids in slack on Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll run the top 5 in the rodeo.
On Saturday night and
on
Sunday.
On Saturday night and Sunday, and we're going to give a buckle to each winner on each day.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So I think like I said, I think mutton busting could have been its own, TV show, just with the kids. Because the kids, I mean, some of those sheep, I mean, those things go. Some of them roll over and keep going. The kids rolls with
Hang
them.
on, yeah.
I think that's the most exciting event that any rodeo's got is mutton busting. Get the bulls out of there. I'd take mutton busting all day long, right?
Well, and the great thing about it is kids get involved at a very early age because we're talking about, 5-year-olds. And they get involved and they stay involved. And they stay involved with rodeo. And as they grow up and age out of certain things, they get involved with other things. And it really helps to perpetuate, rodeo, which is, rodeo is the Western American sport. And so to keep that going, I think it's very important. We have a donor who is who supports us in a big way, who is not from this country, but is somebody that supports us in a big way because he just absolutely loves the fact that we're keeping it alive, that we're keeping what America is all about alive, and we do that at the Creston Rodeo. So again, it's real. And these are for the most part. Like you said, hide racing may not be something that you do out on the ranch. Maybe it is.
But you might after work.
That's one of those.
After the fence is pulled.
That's one of those. Here, hold my beers. This looks like it could be fun.
Yeah, I could do that. Right? It's one of those. I could do that too. Things, but it really does. Underscore what the Western lifestyle is all about, and they're real events that are still used on the ranch today. To take care of the livestock. Take care of their and at the same time, it's perpetuating that way of life that I think we all can emulate and be better people.
So, Tom, are you guys accepting or could accept more volunteers for helping for this year? Or
I'm sure there's always needs for volunteers. Again, you can go onto our website, CrestonClassicRodeo.org, and you can. There's an area there where you can actually sign up or inquire about volunteer positions. Someone will get back to you.
Okay, sounds good. Just to recap, we're talking about the Creston Classic Rodeo, which starts September 11th through the 14th. You got jackpot on Thursday, jackpot on Friday, and then slack and the rodeo performance on Saturday at 4:30. Mutton busting check-in is at 3. They ride at 3:30, and then Sunday cowboy church in the morning at 8 a.m. Slack at 9, and rodeo performance at 12:30. And top ones in the mutton busting go to the performance.
Yep, and an hour. Come about I would come early. Last year Saturday sold out, so get there early. We have a lot of vendors. We have everything, all kinds of food vendors to merchandise vendors.
Right.
So you can get there, get your seat, and then do a little bit of shopping and check things out. And we're going to have, hopefully this year we're going to be able to, because our 4-H group is going to hopefully put on a kids corral. So the little kids will have something to do while the adults can enjoy the rodeo. So
Oh, nice.
Again, it's clean family fun that you can't get anywhere else.
That's one of those things. You're talking about clean family fun. When we've hosted the high school rodeo, District 7, and West Coast Junior Rodeo there at the Creston Rodeo grounds, the people who come in, the food vendors, they always say, these people are so polite. These kids are so well behaved.
That's a lot of the upbringing. You got to. That's otherwise you get a hand to the back of the head.
Well,
but it goes back to tradition.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It goes back to tradition, and it goes back, it goes back to faith, family, country, and community. Those are the things that it really underscores and strengthens.
When the national colors are flying around the arena and they're doing the John Wayne entry, on the grand entry, it brings a tear to your eye.
Absolutely. And it should. You know, I mean, it's one of the last. Like you said, American. You know, America. I mean, that is nothing, and its hats are off, heads are bowed, flags are flown. You know, it's just one of those sports, and I think that's what the draw is. I really do. I mean, you and Jeff, you can contest this, that the rodeo scene in the last probably 5 years has really kind of escalated, as far as like rodeos selling out. You know, Creston Classic Rodeo sold out last year on Saturday. I'm sure you'll be a sellout again this year. You know, but it's just a real big draw because of that foundation, what a rodeo represents.
I think people, especially young men and women now, they're yearning for that. They're yearning for that challenge. They're yearning for those traditions. They're yearning for that greatness about our country. We've got one of our sponsors, he's from China, and you should see the letter that he wrote us. Last year was his first year, and just talking about, you know, what a great experience it was in the traditions of the Western culture and the traditions of America.
Well, you know, I mean, there's still a ton of people that's never been there, that's never been to the rodeo, never been to Classic Creston Rodeo. So, you know, I definitely encourage them, especially at your guys' prices, $10 to get in for adults. You got kids 12 and under, military, first responders are free, right? I mean, you can go out there, mom and dad can take their kids and be out there for 20, maybe $30 if they have an older child. But other than that, you can go out there and have a great time because you guys have food vendors. You guys have, you know, beer and you know, stuff to stay hydrated out
Our
there.
beer and cocktails is a lot cheaper than you're going to pay at the Mid-State Fair, too.
Right.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And our food, yes.
Right?
Yeah, you can afford more than one.
Yeah.
But Tom will accept VIP sponsors, and then you can get all the beer you want.
Yeah, you know,
Right?
there's advantages to being a VIP sponsor.
Absolutely.
Food, drink, I mean, good seating, and, you know, like I said, it is, going back a little bit, people are yearning for those type of things that the rodeo and small communities, small town, that they really represent. And so, you know, people ought to consider coming out. Thursday night is the barrel race. I mean, if you've never been to a barrel race, you're basically, you know, mostly ladies are from, you know, 5 years old to 80 years old are getting on a racehorse and running through that arena as fast as they can with their hair on fire. Fridays, you know, you've got the jackpot roping in the evening, which can go on for very long, but it really does. And they're local competitors for the most part. There are a few counties that are around us, you know, that are near. So these are people that you probably know or names you probably heard of, people that you probably met, whether they work at a tire shop or they own a local business. You know, it's a great thing to be a part of. And then the two performances on Saturday and Sunday. So, you know, come to all of it. We'll wear you out, and you'll have a great 4 days with a lot of great memories.
And we refer to this, it's an amateur ranch rodeo.
Right.
But what people don't know until you get there and you're competing against some of these guys, in this county, we have people that have and do compete at the professional level. We have competitors that have competed at the National Finals Rodeo, at the World Championship of Rodeo. And we've got young men and some women right now in the high school District 7 Rodeo. Those kids are so good and they are so fast. There's going to be some future National Finals competitors at our rodeo this year.
Well, and in those kids, you do have some top 3 in the world competitors.
That is correct.
You know,
Yeah, National Finals high school rodeo.
Absolutely.
They're winning it. They're slaying it.
so it really is. You know, when you talk about Crest, you talk about the North County. It's a different California. It's a different, you know, way of life. It's a different, you know, piece of this puzzle that's in California, and it's just that tradition, that heritage that you go into on the weekend of, you know, the Creston Classic Rodeo that makes you really appreciate where we live and what our country and our forefathers have been all about in the past.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, no dogs allowed, even if they're service dogs? I don't know.
Well, service dog would
service
be
dogs
okay.
are
That's
allowed.
different. Okay.
Service dogs are allowed.
Okay.
But
No,
dogs and horses don't usually mix unless these dogs are, you know, ranch dogs and they're working dogs and they know what they're doing. So
Right.
for safety purposes, yeah, unless it's a service dog, you should leave the dog at home.
No, outside ice chest, right? But speaking of the dogs, so Jeff, are they going to have the lady that had the working dogs there last year?
We'll have those sheepdogs there again. That's the only way we can get during the mutton busting. We can get those sheep put back in a timely manner, and you don't have 20 cowboys out there looking like yo-yos.
Well, we were talking about, kind of like, yesterday herding, the cattle and this and that. Those dogs are absolutely amazing, and they can really round up the sheep like that.
Absolutely, yes.
And sheep behave much better when they know the dog's there. So they're used to the dog, and so when the dog comes out, like Jeff was saying, you send a bunch of cowboys out there, the sheep are like, "Hey, let's play."
Right.
But when the dogs come out, the sheep know it's business. So it really helps to get them to do what they're supposed to do.
So Tom, what is one thing that you're most looking forward to, other than it being over, but the rodeo?
Actually, I'm not looking forward to being over. I have an absolute blast at the rodeo. It's a lot of, there's a lot of hard work by a lot of volunteers. We're spending, dozens of hours getting ready for this. There's just so much that we have to do in the background to make sure that this happens. Everything from making sure the livestock's there, to making sure, that the vendors are set up, that they have everything that they need. So, my hat goes off to all the volunteers that are involved with this. I'm looking for an extremely successful year. My goal is to do better each year as far as what we can give back to the community. We were able to give back about $30,000 last year. So my goal is to increase that. Through our donation and through leveraging some other funds and grants, we were able to actually put air conditioning and heating into the community center. As you know, in Creston, it gets very hot and it's very cold. So, yeah, we had a community center, but it was kind of unusable when it was during the summertime and during the wintertime. But now we were able to do that. So we have other plans on expanding those services to the community. So my goal is to try to just to keep us moving forward and keep growing every year so that we can help support the people of Creston.
Awesome. What about you, Jeff? What are you thinking?
Well, I was just thinking about those January meetings in the community center when your feet are freezing to the floor and you can see your own breath. It won't be that way this January. We'll be warm and comfortable for a change.
And he's not exaggerating.
Yeah. But we've got and you compete too, Jeff, don't you?
Yeah, I've competed. Yes.
Okay. So you have a lot of the members that actually are competitors. So, so maybe some volunteers would be nice to have, some kids, some high school kids, 4-H kids out there, tending gate, help parking cars and stuff like that, or picking up trash, right?
The Creston 4-H Club does a lot of that too already. We actually serve 2 meals to the VIPs. We have a booth where we keep people hydrated with non-alcoholic beverages. We do cleanup a couple times before and after. We also take care of Highway 229 there that runs from into Creston after the rodeo, because for some reason it gets really littered right after the rodeo.
I bet.
But that just kind of underscores what the community does to step up. But we definitely need volunteers. Many of our board members are competitors. Many of our folks that belong to the rodeo are competitors. So yeah, we could use volunteers to step in for when they got to go, jump on a horse, whether it's watching a gate or opening a gate, closing a gate, or whether it's just helping out in a lot of the other functions that we have. We have an apparel booth. We sell apparel during the rodeo, so people can get their merchandise, get their T-shirts that commemorate the rodeo. And so there's a lot of needs for a lot of volunteers.
That's awesome.
And that Crescent 4-H, they put on a good feed in the VIP.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
I've never had once a bad tri-tip sandwich over there. So I am looking forward to. That's how I base on things if I'm ever going to go back again.
If the food is good.
If the food is good. Yeah. If the beer's cold and the tri-tip is tasty, I'm definitely going back. You could have a terrible performance. I wouldn't even care. As long as the food is good, I'm in.
The food is good, the beer is cold. That's all you need.
Yes, sir. All right, Tom, Jeff, thanks for coming in. And
hey, I heard a rumor
Yeah.
that Randy Doty was going to make an appearance on horseback and do some interviews back there with our competitors.
Yeah, we're working that.
Are you working that
We're
angle?
we're working
Okay.
that angle right now.
All right.
So, because we're going to be broadcasting the rodeo.
Yeah.
What's Up North County.
We got the
So,
big screen going
Yep,
again.
we got the big screens again out there in the arena, so then that way people can check it out if they can't get a good view. You also have another more seating coming in
Yes.
this year, so people are going to be being able to get seats versus standing on the side and trying to look over places. So you guys are growing, and we're doing that with every year is a step of getting better and doing better from the year before. So, and I really believe that, and I believe that you guys are doing, an excellent job at it. And it's, I'd say it's probably one of the top rodeos in California, to attend or participate in. So
It's a lot of fun. And by the way, good job cornering Randy into doing that now. Now he can't back
I
out.
put
Right?
him up to it, yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what
Oh
else.
no,
we'll
you're
see
going to
what
do
happens.
it, Randy.
No, I said we're already
You're
already
looking
out there.
good. You're
Yep.
looking good on Betty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get out there on the trail ride next.
Yeah.
I know. All right, gentlemen, thanks for coming in,
Thank
and
you.
looking forward to it. And just to recap real quick, we've got the Creston Classic Rodeo kicking off September 11th with Jackpot Barrel Racing. Super fun to go to. That starts at 3. Friday, September 12th, Jackpot Team Roping starts at 6. Saturday morning, Slack at 8 a.m. Performance is at 4:30 p.m. with mutton busting. Sunday, Cowboy Church opens up at 8 a.m. Slack at 9 a.m. and rodeo performance at 12:30. Both days are including mutton busting, and admission is $10 at the gate, 13 and above, and kids 12 and under. Military, first responders are free. So guys, you guys do not want to miss this. Come on out to Creston, mark it on your calendars, bring your kids, and check this rodeo out, because this is what America is all about. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, MGP Coating, Premier Ag, Trailer Barn, Story Termite Pest Control, Borho Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, and Templeton Heating and Air. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you at the rodeo.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag, to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.